amazing host leading the ride. Power to the people, we shine. Ride along live, worldwide. Feel the beat, feel the vibe. Amazing host leading the ride. Power to the people, we shine. Giving fans what they need. Caribbean spirit, let's succeed. Every show with a good deed. Together we plant the seed. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or
Looking for the ultimate island experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Yeah, Ride Along Live, welcome to the ride. Welcome to Tuesday on the ride. Yo! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, riders worldwide, how are you doing? Excited to be here today. For some reason, I'm very excited today, guys. I had an amazing day. Bit rough, but you know, still amazing. It's always amazing. Okay, so I am happy to be back in the air chair. Excuse me. First, I want to apologize for yesterday, guys. You know, let me tell you guys something that you probably already know about me, right? I am not a robot. So oftentimes I get sick, I get tired, sometimes I get overwhelmed. Lydia, how you doing? Like things just happen, right? Just like everybody else. So yesterday I wasn't feeling too well. I didn't want to come on here and then talk about I ain't feeling too good. You know what I mean? So I decided, you know what, guys, I just had to take the day off. And of course, my producer, Lois JJ, she don't like it when I take the day off. She said, you're already on vacation. Taking a vacation on your vacation is just not good. So yesterday, guys, that was one of those days. But nah, I'm human, right? So I get all the same things that you guys go through. Sometimes I have a stuffy nose, right? And I don't feel like coming on air and having to wipe my nose or sneeze throughout the whole program. So you miss me? I miss you too, guys. I miss you guys too. Yeah, so I took the day off yesterday, but I was like, yo, man, Yo, I'm so dedicated to being here. A few of the riders message me and they say, "What happened?" Lydia, big up yourself. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Love you guys. Love you guys. Love you guys. And today's an interesting program because on Tuesday, you know, it's your program. Tuesday is all about what's getting you upset, right? What's pissing you off? Hey, Julie, how you doing? Big up. Thompson Cador, good night to you. Let me add followers. Let me add followers. Good, good, good. Add followers. Yeah, do the same. So today, yes, as I said, we're going to be speaking with MP Andy Williams. Now, MP Andy Williams is probably one of the hardest working member of parliament. And this guy, I don't know when he sleep. Like, you see, like how I would take a rest, Andy do rest. Honorable Andy Williams, he doesn't rest. He don't sleep. Oh, Jennifer, you just missed the ride when I ain't come on. I know, I miss you guys too. So we're going to be speaking with MP Andy Williams. But before we bring on MP Andy Williams, and I want to tell you guys a few things that pissing me off, right? A few things pissing me off. Let me preface this by saying that big up to the riders, and you know it's Grenada Independence. So everyone is here. Don't forget we provide excursion services. We have the boat, the donut boat. We have the tuk-tuks. We have the e-bikes. So we have everything. So make sure you check out Ride, okay? Ride, excursions and tours. All right. Yes. All right, guys. So let me tell you something. A few things that pissing me off. Where I come out? You see Spice Queen in business jet? Spice Queen. Let Lois JJ tell you where I come out. All right. So yeah, guys. So a few things that's pissing me off. First and foremost, I said this before. I'm gonna say this again, ladies and gentlemen. Earlier we posted a story, and the story had to do with, let me get to the story. The story was about another resignation in the NNP camp. We heard last week, I did an interview with a group of six, a representative who spoke on the 6 members who resigned from the NNP. Before that, because that was breaking news. Before that, we spoke to a gentleman who was giving us the late breaking news on the resignation of the St. George South group that resigned. So today, right before showtime again, we got another breaking news of another list of resignation. Well, not a list of resignation. It was one resignation. This one is from. This one was published by my good friend Raul Titus. He says here that Alistair Bain, a long-time pillar of the New National Party and the chairman of the St. George Northwest Constituency branch, has resigned from both his position at the party, citing concerns over internal democracy and ethical leadership. Right? Again, the story broke right a little bit before showtime. We published the story, and it seemed like a lot of you guys have interest in the story. The story garnered a lot of attention, 100, probably over 200 comments so far on that particular post. The story went on to say that a key supporter of the former Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Mitchell, Bain announced his resignation in a letter to the NNP General Secretary Roland Bola, effective immediately. His departure marks a significant loss for the opposition party, particularly in the Northwest St. George, a constituency Mitchell represented for 4 decades. The decision has not been taken lightly. Being said in his resignation letter, I find it necessary to step away from an organization that no longer align with the principle of democracy, fairness, and integrity that I hold near and dear, that I hold dear. So resignation has been what we've been seeing, a lot of it coming from the opposition at this time. Now, if there was resignation in the government party, bet your bottom dollar, I would be talking about it here as well, because it's big news, right? It is news. It's newsworthy. So someone jumped in the chat and they started to say, the guy said, isn't there anything better to talk about, right? That's the only thing you could talk about. Something along those lines that the person said. I glimpsed at it. There are so much other things happening that you could talk about. Why you're talking about this, right? And I have to tell people all the time, this platform, and get it. I want you to get it for the people who feel like they could dictate the pace of what we talk about when we talk about something, or if we only program into you, this one person. We are not. Let me bust your bubble a little bit, right? This platform, and for the people who feel we are only broadcasting and promote or programming for them, this is not the arrangement here. There are millions of people who tune in to Ride Along because of the diversity. Now, if we have a segment or a post or something that doesn't tickle your fancy, or something that you don't like, or something that you feel you don't represent, then just keep scrolling, man. Just keep scrolling. You don't have to read it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to comment on it. Nobody holding a gun to your head and say, yo, Virgin, that post that Junior George or Ride Along just made there, you need to comment on it. Nobody is asking you or told you that you have to comment on it. There are a million other stories that you could comment on. Secondly, I feel like I'm being repetitive because I've spoken about this before, right? The other talk is there are other things to talk about. There are other things to talk about than resignation. There are other things to talk about than this, or there are other things to talk about than what I'm talking about. What's happening with the person in St. Andrew, or the person. Listen, if there are things that you want to talk about, Facebook is free. Set up a Facebook page and talk about it. Like, if you think something is important to speak about, you speak about it. It's fine, because get the word out, right? Listen, this thing really sticks in my craw all the time, eh? It really gets stuck in my craw all the time, because the truth and the fact about it is, guys, if there is something more important to talk about, why are you not talking about it? Why aren't you not champion what you want to hear, what you want to talk about? Why are you trying, some people feel like we should talk about everything that they want to hear. And if it's something that comes contrary to what they want to hear, they feel uncomfortable about it, or they want to feel so privileged to think that they could come and dictate what is posted, when it's posted, and why it's posted. And someone even have the audacity to say, that's why I don't come and Ride Along. Because they always post these stories. But first and foremost, that's why you don't come and Ride Along, because we always post the stories. The truth and the fact is, you obviously always on Ride Along, because you know that we always post the stories. If you never come and Ride Along, you would never know that we post the stories. So stop lying to yourself. That's another problem. People lie to themselves. The fact is, you are aware of everything that we post. So stop lying. Like you should say, that's why I always see the stories, because I'm always on Ride Along. Right? You always see the story because you're always on here, and then you go create tag a bunch of people and say, yeah, that's why I don't follow him. That's why his platform has gone down. That's another wannabe talking point. That's why his platform is like that, because he just don't know how to manage his platform or manage a platform. I don't like him or what he chooses to talk about. And the truth and the fact about it is, guys, I ain't gonna tap myself on the back. I ain't gonna slap myself on the back. But the riders has grown. You guys have grown in millions, and we are have been the fastest and consistently growing platform. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't just come, and we ain't going nowhere. Right? We ain't just come and we ain't going nowhere. And we continue to grow. We are 10 million strong. And every day we are growing in numbers, in viewership, in programming. You writers, you guys know this. So anyone that would go and create memes and go and talk up and try to create this thing like, oh, that's why his platform is ain't going nowhere, because he chose to talk about certain things that you don't want to hear. Brother, sister, if you don't want to hear, and I'm not being rude, I'm not being obnoxious, I'm just saying what's pissing me off right now. If you feel like with the things that we post, or some of the things that we post doesn't tickle your fancy, or you don't like it, there are many options of other things that we could entertain or inform you with. So Monday to Friday, and I know Lacey J, them going to say, Lord, you need to bring back Friday. I will, I promise. But every day we look for news and information and conversational piece, because people need to vent, people need to put out what's on their mind, people need to speak, people need to be represented. And we don't sit there and say, okay, we should post this story or we shouldn't post this story. It is a topical issue. We will post it. You may not like it, but we are not programming for one person. Plain and simple, right? We are not programming for one person. And that is what is pissing me off. So the next time, you see the comments about that, know that it's coming from a place of someone or people who don't have no good intention, right? They probably only come on the platform to see something or say something negative. All right? All right. As we wait on Minister MP Andy Williams, I want to get your views on this, guys. I want to get your views on this, because this is another topical issue. You guys know Kem Jones. Kem Jones is a podcaster, broadcaster, media personality. Love him or hate him, like him or don't like him. He has a hold on a good chunk of viewership, listenership, and people who support him, right? He does his program. I don't dictate or try to give Kem Jones a script. Similarly, Kem Jones don't dictate or try to give Ridealong a script. He does his program. Anyway, what the news that on this particular individual, who I consider a friend, Kem has never crossed me in any kind of negative way. I don't have anything to say bad about the brother. He does his thing, I do my thing, and that's, we collaborate on things. He come on my program, and oftentimes go on his program. But the news is that Kem Jones is now advancing or talking of advancing legal a lawsuit against a broadcast. Well, I don't know to call her a broadcaster, an individual who speaks on camera, right? She is an individual who some people might, again, she has a hold on viewership. Some people look at her, some people don't look at her. She provokes a lot of people in terms of her information. Sometimes she says she facts come first, but I think her facts come last. But that is her. Anyway, Kem Jones is of the belief that this individual said something that basically is liable. That for her, what she said was liable, and he is taking legal action, or he planned to take legal action against the said individual. So, question. I want you guys to chime in on this. Again, we have enough time with Minister Andy Williams. We go have enough time with Minister Andy Williams, but I want to first get this hear what you guys think about this. Do you think that Kem is moving in the right direction to follow suit or push legal papers, lawsuit against the said individual and what she said. I'm not going to play what she said. I don't even have the content of what she said here. But I'm sure a lot of you who watch this program probably also watch Kem Jones' program. So what's your thoughts on this? What's your thoughts on this? Before we get Minister, I want you guys to call me in. I want you guys to call me in because it's a very topical issue. 718-701-5720. The individual made some claims stating that the man, I ain't gonna quote, right? I'm not quoting, but referencing how a particular business is fronted by someone else but belongs to the said individual, Mr. Kem Jones, and Kem is saying that that is factually incorrect. It is false. It is not true. The individual may be served with legal papers as it regards to that statement that she boldly made on her program. So let's talk about that. 718-701-5720. As I said, we're going to have enough time to talk to the minister, but this is what's pissing you off. Let us hear it. 718-701-5720. Patsy, you'll get me in legal hot water. The said individual, the same person that we're speaking about here, just about, I'll tell you, 4 or 5 months ago, there was a situation where my content was being used on that individual page. So my footage, ride-along footage, interviews, or my intellectual property, my footage from my program was cut out, chopped out, and used on the individual platform. At no time, this particular individual called me and said, we want to use a clip, or we want to use a segment, or we want to use a part of your program into our content on our monetized channel. Not one time the individual ever called me. When I checked her Facebook page, it was 5 instances of where my footage, my content, my program was used in her program, whether to make a point, and most of the times is not for educational or any kind of benefit that you would term as being free use type of privilege. It was used in a degrading and insensitive manner. So what I did, and that wasn't the only individual, there was another group of there was another group that used my content. I used to sometimes upload half of my program and put it on their YouTube channel and monetize my program on their channel. And people was abusing that. So I made a clean sweep and I wiped that clean. Don't use my content without express written consent from me. So we went on Facebook with the guidance of all our media expert, but it's something that I could have done myself because that I'm not new to this. So anyway, I went on Facebook, on YouTube, and we identify the location of where my content was being used unauthorized. And we request that these programs be taken down for the obvious reasons. It's my content on your program. You never consulted me. You never called me. You never asked me. You never write an email. You're not a text, not a WhatsApp, not even a message on Facebook telling me that you have intention of using my content. So I decided to go right ahead and put a copyright strike on that individual platform to take off my show. The next thing I heard from that same individual was that people are trying to shut her up. Right? Lydia said I have to soft with them. I like to take things slow. Next thing I heard, the individual made a whole post on Facebook talking about who want to shut her up and who want to suppress facts because she has all the facts and I want to suppress the facts. No, I don't want to suppress the facts. I want to tell you in a very strong, powerful way, don't use my footage without express written consent from me. That is it, period. So you jumping up and trying to get support. Oh, they're trying to kill, they're trying to suppress facts. They're trying to suppress facts because they can't deal with the facts. I don't care about what you say. Listen, I really and truly, right? I really and truly don't care what people say about me or what people say about me in particular. Don't talk about my family and all of that stuff. I say if the politicians and them have to get lash, give them lash. If the politicians and them do something and they did something that need to be investigated, investigate it and put it out there. That is fine, because the media should be the fifth estate. We should be doing those things. So I don't care about that. But when the individuals start to say how I am trying, or the person's trying to suppress the facts because we don't want the facts get out, that's a lie. I don't want my footage on your program, period. And that's why I took it down. Simple. It's nothing else to it. If GBN have to use my footage, GBN would call me and say, Mr. George, I need to use your footage. And I would say to GBN, go ahead. If I have to use GBN footage, I would call GBN and say, I need to use the footage. And they would say no or yes. I had situations where I wanted to use a footage from GBN, and GBN didn't give me permission to use it. You think I go take my fast self and go and use GBN footage? I had platforms taken down already from CNC3 when I took a clip and they took down they gave me 3 strikes and took down my whole platform. It's not nothing new. We all know that. And if people paying attention and they understand how this thing works, you wouldn't do something so stupid. So I took my content down from her page because she did it without permission. It was not suppressing any facts, or it was trying to keep down information. I don't care about that. I tell you one thing, she never used my footage ever again. In fact, after she made that post, every time she has to make reference, she would subliminally make reference. She never will use my footage again. So she get the point. So sometimes you have to put your foot down, and you have to put your foot down hard. You have to sink your foot in the sand. Talking about sinking your foot in the sand. He's not in the sand right now. He's in New York City. Andy! Honorable Andy Williams. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good, Junior. I'm good. How you doing?
We switch roles. We switched places today.
Oh, correct.
Yes, you're in the Big Apple. I saw you at the representing at the Grenada Independence Ball in New York City, and
yes,
I'm here. I'm reckoning that you're in the cold, and you have to go outside. And I am where? In the Spice Isle, where it's just beautiful, hot sun.
Yes, Junior, I miss the Spice Isle. I want to go back home on the first flight out. I'm missing home. I want to come home. Right? I mean, nothing better than home, Junior. I can tell you, nothing better than home. You know, so
that's
I miss
right.
home. Yeah.
That's right. Well, Minister, I thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. This is a program called What's Pissing You Off? What's pissing you off, or pissing off our viewers? I have a lot of stuff that's pissing me off here that I just expressed.
I realize.
Yeah, so what about what's pissing you off, Minister? Is there anything that's pissing you off?
That's pissing me off?
Yes.
What's pissing me off? I'm in the cold and I want to get back in the sun. Right? That's pissing me off. Number one.
Yeah.
Right? What's pissing me off? People will condemn without offering a solution. That's pissing me off. Number two. Right? What's pissing me off? Right now I could do with some good rice and peas and stewed chicken and thing, and I can't get it. That's pissing me off. Right?
I'll down.
So yeah. So Gina, let me just talk about the Independence Gala that we had here in New York that I came for. It was, to me, it was a very successful event and a good event. And, it's important for us to have these activities in the diaspora because our friends and families in the diaspora contribute a lot to our nation and to our island. And when we go up to really support them, it shows our appreciation for them and how much we value them. Yeah. And when I talk about the sacrifices that they made, Junior, for Grenada and the people in Grenada, it's not just about preserving the name of Grenada in another country, but also they send back monies, they offer ideas, they make investment in our country. And we really um, need to get to the stage where we even appreciate them even more. And I was happy to be there in New York to really celebrate independence with them. Fortunately, the first was on February 1st, that was the date of the event. And February 2nd was my birthday. So I was able to spend just to renew my birthday with the people in New York. Specky was there. Specky, one of my favorite artists from little boy growing up. And he was there to sing me happy birthday. I mean, that was the best birthday present that I could ever get. And I want to say thank you to Specky and everyone else who made that day and that event, and special for me. I really appreciate it. So it's a pleasure to be in New York. I'll be back in Grenada tomorrow. And when I get back, it's always boots on the ground, action. We have a country to transform, and I am eager to transform our country. So the ideas are flowing. We have some things. Let me just say that sometimes, okay, what's pissing me off? Let me tell you what's pissed me off. Number one, again, let me go back to number one. When we came into office, we did not just get rid of the NMP projects or the project that started under NMP. We continue them because as an administration and as a government, government is continuous.
Yes.
So we have to see what's good. If it's good, let's continue it. And that's what we did. But no, you will be seeing our projects, the one that we want to implement, the one that we want to really transform Grenada with from our perspective. Now you'll be seeing the things that we really want to push our way. It has been 2 years, 2.5 years, and you're coming to something that's new, so you have to observe, you have to analyze, before you make certain movements, and that's what any wise person will do, or a wise administration will do, and that's what we did. So now we are really poised to really take off and to start implementing our projects. We have some main projects, and we have some smaller projects that we want to do. So I will talk about some, and you will start to see some on Facebook already materializing. Really, and we will be pushing it or pushing certain things to really show the people exactly what we talk about when we talk about transformation. So you can look forward to a lot of things happening this year. 2025 is a year of action. Yeah. So yeah.
Nice. The year of action. I like that. Let's talk about the Build Back Better. Because someone even used the Build Back Better in a sort of humorous manner. They posted the story. They posted that we've been seeing a lot of resignation from the opposition. And they said they had a picture with you, and they say, well, you probably need it right now to build back better, build back the houses better, build back the house better.
Right.
That was somewhat humorous. I know it looked as if it was a publication from you though. Was it something that
No,
you
no,
put?
no, no, that's not for me.
That's
No,
what
so let me tell you. So let me tell you, Gina, right?
I
The kind of politics that I engage in, right? I don't engage in the politics where we bring down people. I've been seeing that happening to me and other people, in opposition. When I say opposition, like when we were not in government, and when now that we are in government, and I don't really practice those things because, to me, we have so much to do to build our country. Why would I spend time trying to, demonize somebody and just picking on somebody every day? To me, it makes no sense. That is not building a foundation for our youth to strive on. It's not building a foundation for our country to move forward with. So I don't waste my time, like attacking people and so that wouldn't come from me.
Right.
What will come from me is projects, ways that we can help shape um, people's lives, right? Ways we can move forward as a country together. That is what will come from me. So I saw it. It was kind of humorous. I'll laugh at it, but it's not for me.
But how do you deal with? I understand. I'm kind of like that. I'm like a kalaloo leaf. You go choting and you go just fall off. But how do you deal with
Right.
When you hear and you see things, and people go on there and they speak on a media platform, and people feel like, as probably because you're speaking on a media platform, you are coming from a factual place. You are so factual with your information, and probably because you have one or two viewers, people think, well, yeah, you have to be right in what you're saying. But when you really get down to it, it's really just BS, total BS sometimes. Half of the time, more than half of the time, it's total BS. How do you deal with information that comes out that is just so far-fetched from reality?
Well, it's two ways. As a politician, Junior, you have to ignore it. Let me just tell you that. Because at the end of the day, the people did not elect me to defend myself against these people and them. That was not the reason why I was elected.
Right.
I was elected to serve the people of Greater Carriacou and PD Martin. That is why I was elected. So for me, I'm focused. They can say whatever they want. Junior, I don't respond to that because, listen, my heart is pure, my intentions are pure, and I want to see our people succeed. That's what I want. And there's a saying in the Bible, from your actions you shall know them. You will know me from my actions. Yeah. Anyone come, Junior, I will try my best. I will listen, try my best to see how much I can help. My only regret is that I'm only one person, right? Sometimes I wish I'm 4, 5, 6 persons to really deal with everyone, but sometimes I can't deal with everyone how I want to. So that's my only regret. But for me as a politician, I ignore it, right? If people will see you for who you are, and the Grenadian people, they are not foolish, right? We have sense. And you can come at 1, 2, 3 episodes with all kind of negative stuff. They will listen, but afterwards, people will really see for themselves exactly what the situation is. So, in a case like me as a politician, I don't respond. And my prime minister have taught me that more than ever. Sometimes I go to him and say, PM, man, these people saying all these things. I mean, should I really sue them? You know, say, Minister, don't leave them alone. Just forget it. And can never forget, when we came into office, we saw certain things that NMP did, unscrupulous stuff that they did. And I asked PM, I said, PM, what are you going to do? Will you, attack them on it and, and make sure that they pay the price for it? And PM said to me, Minister, if we were to spend our time dealing with all this NMP stuff, when the 5 years is up, what will we tell the people we did for them? And at that point, Junior, I say to myself, you know what, he's right. So the focus is on doing, the focus is on delivering. We promise the people transformation, and we need to transform this country. And that is why that is where my focus is. And when they come, Junior, with all kind of stuff, I don't bother. Yeah, my answer is action. My answer is helping people. My action is putting the country first. And that is what, and to do that, you have to be selfless, because selfless to the form, I mean, the easiest thing is to try to defend. Somebody attack you, the easiest thing is to attack back. But it takes strength to hold your peace and move on. Yeah, not everybody have that self-control to do that. So the Prime Minister have taught me that. Is someone who I look up to a lot. I get a lot of advice from our Prime Minister, Deacon Mitchell. He's a man, I can tell you, he's wise beyond his years. When you sit down and you speak to him, and you really go into his head, Junior, trust me, I just marvel every day when we speak. So yeah, so that's that. But from you now, Junior, as we are different. You're in the media,
right?
Because sometimes perception seems to be reality. Yeah. So you have to be in a position where you can, say, hey, this is what really happened, because sometimes people just gravitate to what they hear.
Right.
And when you're in the media, you're not like me. You're just, what people see of Junior is what they see of Junior. So you have to defend yourself. And I agree with you 100%. Some people like to play the victim when they do certain things wrong, but wrong is wrong, right is right. So at the end of the day, you don't have to worry about them. I think people, once you say exactly what it is, people know you for who you are, and people know the other individual for who they are. And Junior, let me just go a little bit into this, right? Because I never said it before, but I'll kind of go a little deep into this now today. When I was campaigning, Junior, right? So let me just go back a little. Right? Because people have to know these things. I've ignored it a lot. A lot of the times I've ignored it, but I'll address it now. When I was campaigning, Junior, with my business hotspot, as soon as it was announced that Andy was running for the NDC, the amount of attacks and victimization that came my way, Junior, it was just so much. There was a time when I gave the speech in Tempe and I said they could do whatever they want, they can never stop 6 films. I was hurt that night. I was really hurt. Because after my fire on the Mount Bishop Highway in 2017, I took a facility from an organization, a revolving facility, that helped me with working capital to buy back goods. As soon, so when the facility go down, we will renew it again, Junior. As soon as I announced the NDC, I'm going to find NDC, I knew that I would not have been in my business to really manage it properly. So I applied to top back up the facility so that I can have enough cash flow to function. Junior, normally when I apply for the facility, today I'll get tomorrow. Just today for tomorrow. So when the office called me, I say, well, here what, we will be getting the facility the next day. So go ahead and write checks and do what you have to do. Go ahead. Junior, let me tell you something. 2-3 days passed, nothing. 4 days passed, nothing. When on the 4th day, bank called me and say, hey, Minister, sorry, well, I'm not Minister, Andy, we have some checks here that is on the account and we see no money to take care of it. You know what happened? When I called the police, I said, well, listen, how come I haven't gotten the money as yet? And the manager of that place told me, Minister, you will not get it. So I said, why? He said, because you are running for the NDC. And if I go to tell you the politics behind the door, behind closed doors, Junior, you will see why. And let me explain something to you. So that same time, Junior, I had to call Copman and say, hey, return all the checks because things didn't work out. As soon as checks go back, before the checks go back, you were all over the place. And he writing bounce check, this, that, all over the place, Junior. That's politics. You see, that's politics. I never addressed it. And that night when I gave the speech in Tempe, I was hurt because that happened to me the same time. Junior, let me tell you something. The day after the election, like if the election was today, after 6 in the morning, when I checked my phone, I got up kind of late because we went to bed late. When I checked the phone after 6 in the morning, the same organization was calling me to speak to me, to offer me the same money that I applied for before and I didn't get it. The same organization, Junior, because we won the election now. So all of a sudden now, they want to give me the funds after the damage was done. So, Junior, I tell you, sometimes people don't understand. They might just feel, they might see things at the surface. But when you get involved in politics, Junior, some folks who are your friends will turn your enemies. Yeah, some people who are your enemies will turn your friend because they're backing the same organization. That's just how it is. But sometimes, folks, there are things behind the surface that people will try to attack you on and say whatever they want to say. But I know myself, Junior, I know since I have hotspot, my aim was to help the ordinary man, not the rich, the ordinary man. You see Andy always mingling with the ordinary man. That's me. That's who I am. I cannot change. If you pass by home by me, you will see I'm playing domino with the guys on the block. That's where I lie. That's where I feel comfortable. That's me. That's who I am. I will not ever feel that I'm above somebody. And if somebody, Junior, is in distress, I will try my best to help them. That's my nature. So when I see these people now trying to make a name for themselves, trying to make a program on me, and trying to do like if no Andy's the worst and all this kind of thing, at the end of the day, I just still say I pray for them. Right? Still say I pray for them, Junior. Wish them all the best. Wish them good. But, because no, my focus is that the people elected me not to defend myself against these people and so who are not interested in building Grenada. But all they are interested in doing is to run down people, running you down, running me down, running everybody else down. That's all they intend on doing. So at the end of the day, you may sound interested maybe once or twice, but if that's what you're building your program on, come on. Come on and get deeper. And these rumors and this and that, we have to stop this thing. We have to stop other people stop gravitating towards this thing. And if we have to move forward as a country, we have to start embracing the positive, the good. For example, when I go to the lines and so when I see the guys liming on the block, no one can get them off the block, have them painting houses, making their own money, letting them go in a credit union, open an account, pass the contracts through the credit union and build themselves. That is what makes me feel good at the end of the day, Junior, because if I leave politics tomorrow, I could feel comfortable saying that I have helped people. I've helped build my constituency and my country. Yeah. So how do you deal with them, Junior? Leave them. They will fall for themselves. They will fall for themselves. Just in the night, just say a prayer, say a psalms, and God will do the rest. That's what
And
I
I,
believe.
and the truth and the fact about it is, people on Ride Along know this so well that some people get taken over with views and feel like because they might have a few people watching them, then they reach where they have to reach and they're on the top of their game or whatever. But what is very evident in this game, if I come on here and I put a salacious topic and I say I'll talk about XYZ and I go this, that, and the other, everybody flocking because people like them kind
That's
of
true.
thing.
That's
People
true. You
like
can't get away from that.
exactly. So people get
Yeah.
their head all hot because they may have a few people come in and watch because they're talking about something that is to undermine somebody or to make it look as if they have facts on certain things. When it should, it's just hyping up on something to get that views. At the end of the day, what is that doing for nation building? What is it really doing for?
Nothing.
Are you helping people to build a business? That should be what the takeaway is. That should make you sleep good at night. So sometimes I say, how does people sleep at night? They probably don't. But anyway,
Right.
let's talk about this because
Hold on, hold on,
Build Back
hold on.
Better
But you know, but
Pride.
here, hold on, but
Yeah.
but hear this, right? The most
Uh,
mind-blowing thing is that these people, Junior, sometimes I don't even know
mm,
these people. I've like no
yeah.
like never had a conversation with them to say we have any bad blood or nothing at all. And I'm saying,
True.
and I always say that there's life outside of politics. Why make politics let make you be enemy with someone? We all come back a different party. That's in my case as a politician, right? We
Right.
can support different parties, we can have different ideology, we can support different teams. It
Yes.
doesn't mean that we have to be bitter with each other. We can do it respectfully. Yeah,
Some people.
you back Barcelona, I back Madrid. So be it.
Yeah.
My best friend, Junior is a strong NNP. My best
Mhm.
friend growing up from small growing up, and we still maintain an excellent relationship. Yeah. So that's the mind blowing thing, Junior, is that when people know all of a sudden trying to make you an enemy and this thing like just because of politics, and I always say there's life outside of politics. There's
Yeah.
love for your brother and sister, love for one another. That is what we should really be focused on. How can I help Junior move forward? How Junior can help me move forward? You know, if we come together as a people, we can move mountains. So that's what we should really be focusing on, and not tearing down one another.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
especially in business, because I see this firsthand. I see this firsthand where me as a born and bred and grew up in the country kind of fella, I left when I was 16 years old, went to the United States, and I decided to come back after I worked in the snow and sleet in New York to try to establish a business here. And the first thing you would get from certain people is that urge, that anticipation to see how well they could break you. I remember this one wannabe politician guy, he posted and say, let's hit him in the pocket, let's hit him where it hurts. Telling people don't support my mass band or don't support my business or don't support him or whatever he does. Let's hit him in his pocket where it hurts. And me, as a Grenadian that born here, they're trying to destroy the very fabric that is going to essentially employ their family and employ their friends and to lift up the nose of the country. They want to hit me in the pocket. For what? For what?
right.
You know what I mean? So I think sometimes we have to as leaders, as people in position, as influencers, we have to set the tone because a lot of the times when people think like you and Peter might be in different sides. I went to Parliament the other day and everybody eating lunch in the lunchroom. I don't see no
Yeah, yeah.
and fighting in the back in the lunchroom. Everybody nice, but the people.
So let me get at you. So let me get at you.
Uh,
Last year budget presentation, right?
mhm,
After a certain time, I went outside because I wanted to make a phone call.
mhm,
When I go outside, I saw Clarice, right? So Class and I was inside. She just finished give us some licks inside about healthcare and agriculture, right?
Right.
And when I go inside, she say, "Boy, when I go, I see all you spend much money there at all, boy. So I hit all you, I give all you, you know. I mean, just outside, just having a good time, you know. I mean, we were debating,
Uh-huh.
and she saw 2 points where we were weak on, and she pounced on it. So, but we were outside, and she was laughing, and she was giving me, a little kicks and so. So at the end of the day, I'm saying that we can be on different sides, but we could be good. We don't have
Yeah.
to be enemies. We don't have to be enemies. And Clarence is someone that I respect, because let me tell you why I respect Clarence Modest. Um, when I had hotspot on the highway, when I was nobody, Clarence used to come and give me hampers to do. Yeah, she will come and say, "Andy, look at check from Lotto. I want XYZ hampers." And she could have gone to Food Fair, Foodland, wherever, whoever. But she came to me to give me the business as a small man. So I will always respect her for that, and I will always cherish her for that, And I can't be ungrateful, Junior. So Clarence and I, we are good, although we are on different sides. As a matter of fact, when I told Deacon yes at the time, I said, "Deacon, I have one problem." He was like, "What's the problem?" I said, "Listen, I know how I'm telling Clarence how are they decent, because because we are good, So
Yeah.
I'm saying, Junior, we don't have to be enemies. We can support different sides, but we can be good.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
want people to get that memo. I want people to hear this, right? These politicians, uh, uh, look at it. Look at it like this, right? I remember when Specky and Ajamo and them used to go up for Calypso and things like that, and they singing against each other, and you sweating they're enemies, and
yeah,
they fighting backstage. But
yep,
some of them doesn't even do background vocals for one another and help out one another with the props and all kind of thing. But the people
right,
watching now, they feel like, "Oh, I support Jamo, I support Specky, and to hell with you, cussing and arguing." Those
right,
know that this, it don't have to be this way. But so that's why I think that sometimes as leaders, that tone need to be set. That tone need
right,
to be set for everybody else to know that, yeah, this is, you don't have to cuss your neighbors and your friends over politics, especially of a
right.
population of 100,000 people. We small like this. We are that.
That's it.
But you want to
That's
fight
it.
for what?
That's it. And let me just go a little bit deeper, Junior. I'll be speaking now, it's just fluent. So let me just go a little deeper, right?
Yeah.
Now, I had a choice. I could have joined either NMP or NDC, Jenny Street. I had a choice.
Right.
Right. Um, I went to see Dr. Mitchell. Class brought me there to see Dr. Mitchell, and we spoke. And I met with the leader of the NDC, Deacon Mitchell. The reason why I chose the NDC party, because NDC to me had better, more morals and more principles. Even now that we are in office, you will see things that NMP will get away with. We can't get away with it. Number
Right.
one. Number two, and I'm just being honest. I'm going to take out the cap as NDC and minister, and so I'm just being honest with you. No, the policies of the NNP was more like a handout policy, so that we can, or they can keep you coming back to them. Once they do that, then they have control over you and they have power over you. That's
Mhm.
their way of thinking. That's their way of winning, having you always dependent on them. The NDC policies are more geared towards uplifting people. And sometimes as a people we cannot really, or we cannot see it in real time. Sometimes when time passes, you will say, "You know what, boy, these policies was very good now." For example, if we did a program where in the schools, tertiary institutions like TAMCC and even NULO, where we reduce the school fees, or the tuition fee also, from the program, which was
Mhm.
$810. Junior, let me just show this. For me, right? A call was coming in.
Yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
right.
I hear you. I'm hearing you. Yes.
So some people may not see the value of that, because if we said that we were giving $200 to every child who was going to school for the semester, people would have appreciated that more than taking out the $810 off their school fees. right?
Yeah.
So sometimes, you know, but that's how we think sometimes. So NDC is more geared to really, uplift people and build them. And you may say politically, it may not be a good strategy because people, when you build them up now, you give them independence and they can do whatever they want. But if you really believe in nation building, that's a better way to do things. Yeah.
Right.
Let me give you a case in point. In 1990s, George Bison
Mhm.
was able to bring back the country into a state of credit worthiness. He did his best to bring back Grenada in a strong position, but the people voted them out because, you see, Junior, they did not understand what was really taking place. Now, what people want to see, they want to see things happening, certain
Mhm.
things taking place. But Junior, in economics, that you will learn that savings is equal investment, meaning what you save is what you can invest. So if you never
Right.
save, you cannot invest. So what George was doing, he was positioning the country in a place where it could take off now to invest. It just happened that it's politics, the people did not appreciate it. But after George Bizan left, up to today, people still talk about George Bizan and how well he managed the country economy at that point in time. And they already praising him now, but at the time they was
Mhm.
not praising him. So I'm
Right.
saying, so the NDC always have this thing about them where they try to really restore the country in terms of credit worthiness, in terms of stature, in terms of um, ethics and so that this
Right.
has been NDC from ever since. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I chose NDC because I said to myself, Andy, you could make a difference on the NDC side. And even before I got involved in politics, you will see me posting on Facebook things how we can improve the country. And I said
Mhm.
to myself, and if you go on NMP, nobody paying you no mind. If you go on NDC, you will have a voice, right? And today, Junior, I could tell you I have a voice. And our Prime Minister, kudos to our Prime Minister. He's he's the best boss that I ever had. And when I look on him, Junior, I can learn. He's someone that I can learn from. Is his temperament, his wisdom, and so. And trust me, when you see Deacon and I are in a space together, Junior, I just question a man from St. George's to Sutton's to try and get everything in his brain because, I'm just thirsty for wisdom, thirsty for knowledge, and he
Right.
has a lot. Yeah, and I look up to him. Trust me. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you envision that what happened if Andy Williams didn't win? What would happen now if you campaign and it was a rough campaign, it was a tough campaign, it was a personal campaign. You were attacked personally for even when you try to help some people with housing, you were villainized in the media,
Yeah.
and you was just trying to help out, right? What did you think about what if NDC didn't win election? What position would you have been in?
If NEC didn't win election,
Yeah.
Andy the dead. I'll tell you straight out.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes in life, they say a man who stands for nothing falls for everything.
Right.
Yeah. And as I say it again, and with Christ say, those who try to save their life, and deny him, in the end will lose it. You see?
Right.
So sometimes, you have to think and you have to go to certain things with faith. And for me, okay, so let me just say something to people now, right? I may not be going to church every Sunday, but I'm very spiritual.
Mhm.
Yeah. If something have to happen to me, Junior, I will get a vision. I will see it. That's how I will operate. If I get up and have a bad dream, I know something bad would happen. So
Mm.
when I told Deacon Mitchell at the time, wasn't Prime Minister yet, no. I told him no. Let me just think still. I got a dream the next day that two teams were playing tug of war
Ah.
and they were equal. And when I joined my team and I pulled, the other team fell down and only a few that was standing. That was my confirmation that we would have won the election, point
Mm.
blank. So someone was saying to me, Andy, the only how NDC could win, that's before election time, is if this happened and that happened and this happened and that happened. I say, hey, let me tell you something. I ain't know what you're saying there. I ain't care what you're saying. All I know, I had the vision that we winning, and I know that we will win the election. And that's why, Junior, I went into it full with no regrets. Up to today, no regrets. Yeah. But I can tell you, if we lost, the attacks would have been tremendous to make sure that Andy is buried, cannot come back to be a threat. It's either that or they would have tried to buy me. Yeah. Because that's you see what's been happening. That's that's our opposition strategy. Once you see that you're a threat, then they buy you. And when they buy you, it's to shut you up, not to elevate you, because once you try to elevate yourself, then they spit you out, as what happened with my fellow colleague. So
Yeah,
that's their strategy.
I was going to get to that because we're seeing the domino effects, of that. Peter was somehow welcome into the party after he left or expelled from the NDC. He was welcome as far as what he said, and it seems as if Peter now, like when you chew up like something like tobacco or whatever, you chew it up and then you just, when you finish and you get it, you just spit it all out like something that's no good anymore. What's your thoughts on how Peter was handled and just the overall domino effects that we're seeing now? We're seeing resignation galore down the drain.
Okay. So that's the difference between leaders. Let me draw two examples to you, Junior. Last year, we had a case where one of our cabinet members was dismissed. When Prime Minister was asked by the media to go into details, he did not. Right? And when they asked him why, he said he is a professional. Yeah? Because Prime Minister doesn't, his style is not to undermine anybody. That's not Prime Minister style. Yeah? Now, let's look at the other guy, the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
We were in a funeral, white man funeral last year in Sotters. This man was showing talk for Peter in a funeral, giving a speech in a funeral. I mean, there are places, Junior, for things. If I'm coming to your funeral, Junior, it's inappropriate for me to be throwing chapel politically for someone else in that funeral. Yeah? So that's one. Junior, just 1 minute.
Yeah, no problem. Guys, you're watching Ridealong Live, and we're talking here with MP Andy Williams, and we're talking about all things. And he's sharing some of his stories as well. And, we're going to give you guys an opportunity to chime in, call in, and chat to him. The number that you could call is 718-701-5720. That's 718-701-5720 as we chat on this Tuesday. What's pissing you off, right? Big up. Thank you so much. Guys, you know what? Let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. It's all about Ride and this Independence. Hold on. Let me see if this person is calling before I take a break. Caller, are you calling live for the program?
Yes, Junior, I'm calling live for the program.
Okay, all right. I was going to take a break, but you happen to call me right in the middle of that break. So
Yes.
I will allow you to go ahead. Tell us where you're calling us from.
I'm calling you from Green Street in St. George's.
Green Street in St. George's. All right, Green Street in St. George's. Go right ahead.
Tell Andy he either run the St. George's constituency next election or I will have to move to the south.
Wow.
And I hope he hear me loud and clear. Anyway, that is not the reason, the only reason I'm calling. The other reason is I need to find out from him when he planned to repair Green Street. Now, during the H.A. Blair's repair project, all traffic was diverted through Green Street. And that has destroyed the road in St. George's. I expected by now something would have been done, but I know that with the bad weather, there was a lot of other work. So I've been holding straight. By this time, Andy, give us some attention in Green Street, man. It's deplorable.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to see him for the town seat.
Right.
All right. All right. So listen to his response on the live. All right.
Right.
All right.
Thank you, Junior. Good night.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
Green
I
Street.
will look at it. I will look at it. I think it was overlooked, to be honest with you. I wouldn't make any excuse for that. Right. So I will look at it. And I will see what I can do ASAP with the Minister Joseph, who is the caretaker for the tongue. So we'll work together to resolve it. So we'll look at it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good, good. I believe
Mhm.
we have another caller. Let's see if we could get to that caller right here. Caller, you live? Could you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you loud and clear. Go right ahead, caller. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Canada.
Canada, Toronto, Canada. Go right ahead.
Minister Williams,
Good night.
Grenadians home and abroad, we really love you, you know.
I
We
love
love
you too. I love you
you.
too.
God bless you. You hear?
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
But I have one little request.
No problem.
The people that the people that live in behind Cemetery Hill, they
Hmm.
have a footpath from there to go down to River Road. And they were told many years over and over that the government was going to build a step for them. And until now, they haven't constructed that step. And you
Okay.
have people there who are living there for 30, 40 years. And there are people in the 70s who make up part of that community.
Okay.
I'm asking you, please, can you see what you can do for them and construct the steps for them, please, Andy?
Yes. Yes. You have my word on that. You have my word on that.
Remember?
Yes. I will work with the minister for the area, Claudette, and
Yes.
we will do something. Yes. So as we let me just show how serious I am, right, Junior?
Yes.
While you have the calls coming in, I'm taking my notes, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
so after the program, I can go back and ensure that we resolve some of the issues that people are speaking about.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
Minister, one more thing. Just remember we love you dearly and helplessly, okay? God bless
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
you.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Good, good. A
Yeah.
lot of love. A lot of love coming your way. We have another
Yes.
caller on the phone line. Let's go to the caller. Okay. All right. So that's not for that. Someone is calling to offer me some sort of service. They didn't call for the program. Yeah. So Minister,
Mhm.
you essentially, I don't understand when you get a chance to rest, because I'm assuming that people call with these requests on a daily basis.
Yeah. So well, let me just say this here, Junior. I'll reply on two fronts.
Uh-huh.
You have some people like if you try to rest, it's like you're giving yourself more work because again, kind of itchy. And so that's me. My rest is work, and I'm always thinking, how how we can help and how we could build, how we could do this, how we could do that. I'm always thinking the brain is always working. To be honest with you, yeah. And number two, I think that I was or I'm in this for a reason, and sometimes let me be frank again. Like to be frank. Sometimes, Junior, people do certain things, and you can tell that there's an anointing on people's life because how they will do a job. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that what I'm doing here is not, I'm just a small picture or a small fragment in a bigger picture. That's what I know. Yeah. And sometimes you see the love coming and everything coming because I know Junior is not because of my strength, but it's the strength of the Almighty. Let me just share something with you people or with the people on your life today. No, remember, I lost my job in 2010. Yeah, I had to go and start a business all over again with an escrow van and $1,000. I had to build a business, Junior. Junior, I struggled. I
Mhm.
struggled, Junior. There are nights when I couldn't sleep. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to go to bed not knowing tomorrow what will happen. Junior, I struggle. I can tell you that. So that's why when people come to me now with issues, I know where I've been. I understand the issues and I don't take anyone issues for granted, Junior.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I tell people when they come to my office and so, some of them come, they frighten, they tremble, and so I say, hey, relax yourself. There's nothing that you could tell me that I haven't seen before. I've seen it all. Yeah. Number one. And number two, Junior, I know that I've been through all these struggles Yeah, because God wanted me to be here today. So I know, Junior, that I'm not here because of my strength, but because of His strength. So for me, it's a bigger picture, and I'm just part of it. I'm just passing through. And while I'm here, I'm going to try my best and do my best. Sometimes I go to bed thinking that my best is not good enough because there are people aside the Junior that have real bad situation, and I just can't handle everything at the same time.
Yeah.
But these things already, it don't get in my head because I know if today or tomorrow Andy's not performing, it's because the anointing is off Andy. Or once
Right.
God said the anointing is on him, yeah, things that I will do and it may seem a little easy is because not because of me, it's because of God's strength, Junior. Okay,
Agree.
let's be real again. I'm not the best speaker. I'm not the most fluent speaker because I stutter. But it doesn't stop me from expressing and from speaking. It doesn't stop me at all because I go through everything, Junior, with a confidence that God is behind me, and I know once He's there, that's all that matters. So so if I sleep, yes, I sleep, but my aim is to really try to improve the lives of the Grenadian people, transform the minds, and to show Grenadians that politics is not always about the tricks and all these things. And one more thing again, sometimes I know when I was growing up, the only time you see a politician or you see them doing something is when you have election around the corner.
Right.
That's why from the one I hit the ground running. Because when it's time for election, I ain't gonna mama guy nobody to go and do no projects and making people feel like, no, I do it now. That's why
Right.
we light in Monus, we light Springs, we do up Grand Basketball Court, right? We do right now the Woburn Community Center. Yeah, we do the road leading up to the center. Last year, we did over 800 houses for people
Mm.
who couldn't afford. You see, Junior? So I'm not waiting until the last year to try and mama guide people. We're doing it now. That's why I'm sponsoring competition in the lines, football competition with Brian in the lines, cricket competition in Monus, basketball competition on Grand Court, name it in Woburn again. I'm sponsoring because I want the young people to get things to do, get back into the sport and activities, and so let that start to rain again. So I'm not waiting, Junior. I'm doing it now because I've seen the politician before, the mamagism, and so that they fed the people. And for me, I have to make a difference. So I'm trying my best to make a difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We got a caller on the line. We're holding for quite a bit. Caller, you're live. I know you was holding for a bit, but you just turn down your background a bit, and go ahead with your question for the minister.
Okay, Mr. Minister, ready for me?
Yeah, man. Very fair.
Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Yes.
Go right ahead, sir.
Well, he's talking still.
No. Listen to me on the phone line
On the phone, yes.
and just mute your television.
Yes, I did that, right.
Okay, so just have a telephone conversation with me.
Okay, bro, cool.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm calling from Guelph,
Yes.
okay? And I want to know what's happening with that bridge in Brothers. It's over 3 years now that bridge has been building, so to speak. And nothing happening. They stop it the other day. They take out all the workers I understand and bring them in Victoria. They open for a little bit of ship and had the celebration. They close it back now, and to me, I ain't seeing nothing happening. And I see something on social media with a bridge that is supposed to start building in Baltazar. Right. So what is happening to the one in Brothers leading to St. John to Shepherd School? I mean, Mr. Minister, I'm not blaming you, but I mean, you're the MIT minister. Okay? So I'm just asking you, what is the problem? What is the hold up? I even understand.
So let me explain.
Did I hear you, Minister?
Oh.
You solution. Yeah, go ahead, caller. Finish up, and so the minister could respond.
Right. Yeah. Let me just make the engineer, at least the person that doing the building of the bridge, the contractor, is not taking instructions or orders or whatever you call it from the engineer. Because he was told to do certain things on the two ends of the bridges and he refused to do it. And I don't think that is right. Okay, Mr. Minister, go right there.
All right, thank you so much. So listen to his response on the live, okay? Yeah. Thank you so much for calling.
Right.
Yes.
So the issue with the bridge should be completed shortly. It's just in its final stages now. The engineer, the contractor, the consultant, everyone is in agreement with what has to be done. So
Yes.
that bridge should be, so the completion should be shortly, in a matter of weeks. That bridge should be ready. We did a temporary opening to facilitate the activity that was taking place.
Uh-huh.
But we have to close it now to ensure that we finish everything how it's supposed to be done, and then we're going to open it back again. So in a few weeks, that bridge should be ready. The one with Baltazar, that's a project called GRIP project. GRIP means Grenada Resilience Improvement Project.
Yes.
That project is where the Baltazar Bridge will be addressed, because when you have a lot of rain, that bridge always flood.
Yeah.
That project also have to do with the Soubise and Maki, the coastline area. Studies and work have to be done on that area too. That project will address that. In addition, that project will also address doing a study of all the roads in Grenada and assessing which one needs to be done, which one needs to be given priority, etc. Now, the Baltazar Bridge, we reached a stage of that project where the design was done, let me say a conceptual design was done. It was submitted to the World Bank, because the World Bank is funding that project. And in a matter of months, we should be getting a contractor, because bids will have to go out, and we will be choosing a contractor to start that project in a matter of months. We may not be able to start it before the rain season. That's the truth. Yeah, because when you're dealing with the World Bank, you have certain things that you have to certain boxes you have to tick first before you can go ahead and start the project. But the idea is that if we could work on it this year, at least next year, we will be better prepared for the rain season. So that's the project that will be taking place, the bridge project in the Baltazar area. Yeah, but not just that. We plan also, Junior. The idea is that when the rain season comes, there's not much you could do because of the weather. You have no control over the weather. So the idea is to see what we can do as much as possible now in the dry season, so that we can prepare for the rain season. So if you look now, you will be seeing not just the main projects, but you will see a lot of community projects being taken place now, because we are trying to address some of the issues before the rain season step in. In addition, let's talk about infrastructure. Shortly, you'll be seeing us doing the road formed by the Lansepine Gap, go through Gallants Valley to Woodlands. We will be addressing that road shortly. Yeah, we're going to try to widen the road and address it. The Prime Minister is just doing some work. If you look in St. David's area, in the Vincennes area, you will see some work being done now on the roads there. So we are trying our best to address some or a lot of the infrastructure projects now, so that in the rain season coming, we can be better prepared.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Again, guys, 718-701-5720. You could call this number. We are a little bit over time. How much time we have, Minister?
Me, want to come to Ridealong? I'll have the whole night. Let's go.
All right. Let's go.
Let's go.
718-701-5720. Got some more time to call in and speak. I saw recently a QR code was posted on social media, so people could basically report issues that's happening in the designated area. How is that working? How is that working? And how do you actually know, like, if there is a pothole somewhere that needs to be filled? How is that whole process working?
So let me explain with MIT, right? MIT is the Action Ministry, Junior. And MIT doesn't have a specific area that it's responsible for.
Right.
So we are kind of a miscellaneous ministry, let's see. So the Ministry of Health is responsible for health issues, education issues, right?
Yes.
But MIT is kind of, there's no one area that we are responsible for. So we work with different ministries. So what we do, when you have that complaint mechanism, sometimes you're driving down the road and you see a pothole somewhere that's bad. Maybe the road officers didn't cite it yet. What you can do, you can just log in. You can put your details, put your issue, and just submit it. And it comes to MIT. We have someone that is there monitoring it. And when we get a complaint, then we can use our officers now to go out and try to address the issues with the different ministries. So if we can once we really buy into that as a nation, then it takes a shorter time span for us to know exactly as a government the issues so that we can address it in a faster manner. So that's the intention of that QR code, really and truly, so that people can feel free to, to really come forward with their complaint. Because Junior, tell them again, you see something, and you want to get in connection with the government also, or somebody, and it's hard.
Yeah.
You call a number, you can't get nobody, phone ringing out. It's hard. So if we do that, it makes it easier for someone to get in contact with government to say, hey, I've seen an issue here that needs to be resolved. Here is it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So let me just talk again, Junior. If you have nobody, let me talk about the Stutters, the Brickwater project in Stutters.
Yes.
I know that some of the folks are concerned about the way that the water is eroding into the land. So I can tell you that, let me just say something. If you have an issue, or there's a saying, if you have a tree to cut, I will take, and they give me 6 hours to cut a tree. I will take 4 hours to plan, so that the execution will be flawless. Yeah. So sometimes you have to plan. So there is a design to really resolve that issue we have in Stutters. We got the funding for it last December. And right now we in collaboration with CDB, we will be looking to tender that project so that we can get it started and going, so that the people in Stutters can really breathe some relief when it comes to the Brickwater project up there. So I just want the folks to know that we are working on it. We got a funding for it already. It's about $10 million US. I can tell you off the bat. Yeah. The project will take a few months to finish, but everything is in train to get it going so that issue can be resolved. I know that Minister Andel and Conrad would have promised to address it in their campaign leading up to election, and they did just that. Yeah. So they met with the people from them last year to show them the plans, and now we are putting things in place to really start that project to really get that Brickwater stuff going and solve once and for all. So just have a little patience, and that will be addressed soon. That's a Brickwater. If you don't have a call again, I can go ahead again.
No, I have a caller. Let's take this caller. Only for a little bit. Caller, are you there?
Yes, good evening.
All right. Yes, go right ahead, caller. Yes.
And he's still on the line?
Yeah, he's still here, but you won't be able to speak. You will be able to hear him.
No. It's okay. I'll ask him if he has anything to do with the roads, even a little bit or a lot. Because when the rain comes and the potholes get wider and wider, maybe have a solution for him. Use a blowtorch and use it on the tar and soften it before you put in Barbie green inside of it. It will mesh together, it will cure together, so no more potholes will be there. You understand?
Okay. All right,
yeah, I don't know what y'all talking about, but this is my concern.
Okay, thank you, caller. Thank you for your
Okay.
input. All right. Noted.
So I want to thank that caller too, Junior. Something, listen. There was a time I said that my ideas that I get is not really my ideas, because what I remember that is that, Junior, I listen to people, listen to what they're saying, hear what they're saying, and go and see if it can work or not.
Yeah.
And I remember that the opposition take it to the whole program to say, hey, you see, he said, he had no ideas, But the fact that I was making, sometimes we have to listen to our people.
Yeah.
We don't have all the answers. Yeah. We have to listen to our people. So exactly what the gentleman is saying there, to me, it makes sense. So what I will do, I will speak to the engineers. And let me just say that I'm not the Ministry of Infrastructure, right? I'm the Ministry of MIT.
Right.
Yeah. So, but what we do, we work with infrastructure hand in hand, so and try to get things, make things happen. So I will speak to the Ministry of Infrastructure with this idea, and you never know. Sometimes that could be the answer to patch when the rain is falling, because when rain is falling, it's difficult to put the asphalt in the road. It
Yeah.
wouldn't hold. If you do it properly, it wouldn't hold, and you will just be wasting taxpayers' money because you put it today, tomorrow it's out.
Right.
Right? The thing is that not just the water, but remember, if it cools too fast, it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't hold firm enough. So the cooling to it has to be a certain temperature for it to really, um, how to put it, the word coming.
Right.
But to really hold.
Yeah.
If the temperature if it's too cool and it cools too fast, then it wouldn't hold, and then it will just be spinning top in mud. But with this solution, maybe it's workable, and we can see if it's workable. I'll bring it to them, and if it's something that can work well, why not?
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Just listening
Yeah.
to what people say. We got another caller on the phone line, and then we have another caller on the WhatsApp. So the person on the WhatsApp, just hold for a second. A caller on the phone line, go right ahead. Where are you calling us from?
Hello, Maryland.
Maryland, go right ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Andy, a question on the city, Mr. Andy. There is a bridge in Southeast St. Andrews that connect Latan to Kushu. And that bridge is down for more than 20 years because since I think Mr. Blazing Power from on to the Kit Mitchell, the Honorable Mark Queen had land next door that bridge. And it's a vital bridge, economical bridge that could enhance a great development for that area, in the Carriacou area. Don't really have the river jam, Carriacou, that side.
Right. Yeah.
That is time the government give that bridge some attention. Yes, and I think with that bridge fixing could bring a great economic development to that area between Latant and Kushu. Come up there. I never heard no politician give that bridge no attention.
Okay. Okay.
All right, caller, thank you so much for your input. We appreciate you.
Okay. Thank
All right.
you.
Thanks again. Yes.
Okay. So I will speak to Minister of Education David Andrew. That's his area, and we will look at it. But
All right.
because I'm from Kushu, so that's my
Oh,
hometown. That's my home
that's your
village.
hometown.
Yeah. So Caribbean Beach is a beach that I know very well.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We've got another caller on the WhatsApp. Call on the WhatsApp. Go right ahead.
Yeah, good night, Junior. How you doing?
Good, good.
Okay, I'm calling to make 2 points.
Yes.
One, and I hope the minister is listening. Good night, Mr. Minister.
Yeah, he's here.
Good night. Good night.
He said good night. Yes.
One of the points I have to make is I was in Grenada for quite a while last year doing some construction, and one of the points I heard that the minister said that they need skilled people. I'm in the construction industry here in Canada. I've been there for over 25 years. And I should be back and to do some work there. And I've been there for about 8 months. I did register to get on the program with the Build Back Better. And it seems like you're trying to get on the program, but something is not effective because you register, you do everything, you have your business register, you register in the program, nobody's getting back to you anytime. So I think there's something within there that we have to look into. I understand that this part of the government, which is the minister's ministry, is very, very busy. After the hurricane, I know you guys are really, really busy. But I think somebody will have to look into getting in contact with the people that register and getting to talk to them and getting them in a working position. The other thing is, we said that young people are not, coming to the forefront to get into the program. But one of the things I realized, Minister, there are skilled young people in Grenada. But one of the things I see that is going on is that a lot of the guys are scared to come forward because, one, yeah, they are skillful, but they don't know how to run a business. And number two, in getting to open up an account in Grenada is just atrocious. It's not atrocious, but I understand what it is. But for them, they cannot handle it. To deal with paying workers, paying NIS, paying the VAT and all this stuff. These are the things. What I think we should do, Mr. Minister, is to have some workshops. Have some workshops in different constituencies and teach the young people how they can go ahead doing this. It's not difficult if you know how to do it. But they are skillful, they can go, they can paint. But to come forward to be contractors, they don't know how to do it. The procedures to get into the program,
Right.
to open up a business account.
Okay.
And I think that's what we need in different constituencies or within the schools, the skill schools, to teach them how to get and to show them how they can get into the program of the Build Back Better. But the skills are there.
Yes, scholar.
But
Yeah.
it's know-how.
Yeah, we understand. All right,
Yeah.
so the minister is going to respond. Listen to his response on the live, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah.
Right. So regards with the Build Back Better, Junior, a lot of calls coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, with regards to the Build Back Better, I can tell you that we are asking for contractors. We want contractors every day. So I don't. If he didn't get a call, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there, but I can tell you that we are asking for contractors to come forward every day, and we do not have enough contractors now on that Build Back Better because the amount of construction that we are doing now is so much that certain people junior cannot get help as quickly as as we want to because we don't have the contractors to build. So
right.
I don't know what happened. I don't want to think it could be a genuine case, and if that's the case, I apologize to him. But we need, if you're in Grenada now and you you said what you said tonight, I could have promised you a contract tomorrow to build once you're good enough. Yeah, once you're good enough. I can tell you that off the bat. And I'm not mama guying anybody. Right? When it comes to opening the account, what we did from MIT standpoint, which we know that, okay, so you see farmers, you see fishermen, you see construction workers, they work hard. And sometimes they are not privy enough to open the account and to do all these things. So what we do from MIT is that the construction workers and so that is with us, we help them open the account.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to financial institutions, we talk to them, we set up everything junior, and we let them know exactly what's the case. When we do the contracts, we will say to you, listen, if you don't have the money to bill, you can call this person at this institution, and so that the process can be smooth. You can get your cash flow so that you can pay your workers on time. You don't have to wait until the government pay you. Sorry, you don't have to wait until the government pay you to pay your workers, but you can pay your workers immediately. Yeah. So so we work with them junior to really get them going and to get them starting a business. So we even assist them to register their business. And to be honest with you, we are not supposed to do that, but we do it because we want our people to excel. That's why we do it. So with regards to folks coming forward, I mean, that's where we have to start even transforming the minds of our people. Yeah. Sometimes you may be scared to do something, but when you get into it, then you get to realize, hey, it's not so bad. It's not so tough.
Right.
But even let's go back to the school system, because the school system is teaching us to work for somebody, to go to school, work for somebody, but it is not teaching us to be entrepreneurs.
True.
So even when you go out now to be, before I had hotspot, I wanted to be an entrepreneur bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I say, but if I go and I feel a flop, but if I'm working for Tom, Dick, or Harry, then I have a job. So you know what? Let me just take my job. So, but we have to really start training our people to be entrepreneurs, to learn to invest and to make proper decisions. So exactly what the gentleman just said, we just about 2 weeks ago, we engaged some of the institutions to say, hey, you need to start having um, seminars and so, where we can even get the people in our Build Back Better program and anyone, just make it open so that you can teach them financial management.
Yeah.
Yeah. How to run your company, how to calculate your profit, your loss, everything. So at least just so our people not just be going into businesses and they know exactly where they're at. Before, back in the days, you have a shop, you call it a software shop, you open, you sell, there's no inventory, nothing at all. So if someone steals from you, you don't know. You know if
You
you're
don't.
making, you know if you're losing.
Yeah.
So I've spoken to some of the financial institutions to really come on board to let us start having some programs so that we can educate our people in financial management and so. So that you can see happening. Call a good point, but sorry that you're in Canada. If you're in Grenada, trust me, you would have gotten a contract tomorrow.
Mm. Probably
Yep.
I'm in the wrong line of business. Got another
Yep.
caller on the line right now. Call it live. Where you calling us from?
Junior, good night. And MP Andy, good night.
Good night.
Yes.
Junior, could you hear me?
Yeah, we could hear you. Go right ahead with your questions or comments.
All right. Okay. I have two questions for Andy. Right. When MP Andy was in Parliament, he pulled up a PVC pipe. He said there is so many projects in the pipeline. Right. Okay. So my question to him now is that the people of St. Patrick's West is dissatisfied with the representation that they get in, right? Because we see movements all around the country and we ain't seen nothing really happening in St. Patrick's West. For example, look at Davy Road as an example. All right. So I want to know what can he do to help MP Andal. He travel and he is like foreign minister, but the people behind they ain't doing nothing. So then that two constituency seat in the Senate. So I want to know that what he have in the pipeline for 2025. For 2025, before we go into the election season where they start campaigning to help Andal, so we could start seeing some movement in St. Patrick's West especially.
All right, thank you, caller.
Right. So when I put a pipeline in Parliament, I was talking about the projects that NMP was trying to take praise for, and they were saying that it was in the pipeline. And so when we started doing them now, they were saying, "Oh, that was in the pipeline. That was in the pipeline. That was in the pipeline." Yeah, even the tourism project at Fort George. Junior, before I answer the question, that project on Fort George will be, when it's completed, it will be one of the premier projects in the Caribbean. Yeah, that's a project that is not just in Grenada, but other Caribbean islands had to develop their food too. But and that was since in 2017, that project had to get started. It was never started until we came into office in 2022. So when it's completed, that will be a wonderful project, and not just a project. It's about restaurant, bar, courtyard, museum, and everything. But it will be somewhere where you can teach the history of Grenada to our young people and the foreigners who come in. Yeah. So to St. Patrick's West, I know that Minister Andal, he has some project that he has identified to go forward. We are waiting until the budget is read in March, and then you will start to see some movements taking place there. Yeah, so you must have it. If it's a small project, you can just do it straight away based on the allocation that we have. But once it's past a certain value, you have to wait. You must put it in budget before you can start to implement it. So I would say give it until the March, and then you will see some real movements, right? I will work along with Mr. Andal to ensure movements and that the people really, see a difference in their constituency. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And one of the points, and that might be the final point because we're way over time. One of the points that he made, and I as a small business owner as well see it. I think that a lot has to be done in changing the mindset that tell young people that you need to go to school, get your education, go find a job. And not just in theory, not just saying it, but we really need to make it practical by having seminars and teaching people the whole mechanism of the NIS and how that work and the IRD. Even myself, I had to learn the process here. I had to go through the whole ropes. I felt like nobody told me anything about GIDC and getting this thing and concession. Well, I knew about concession, but the whole process was difficult to learn. No, I learned it, and it took me a while. But I think that process could have been even more fast track if there were seminars to assist people in building businesses and sustaining businesses, because small business is actually the pipeline of economic development. It's very, very important to have this. And I am even willing to volunteer my time to talk to people about what they need to do to start up a new business. So I think that is a very important point, and I hope the powers that be that watching actually, well, you and the others who are could make a difference, put this in place as probably policy to help people move forward with their businesses.
I
But
agree.
Minister,
I
we
agree.
way past that time. So I'm gonna give you get your final words, and please don't be a stranger. Well, you're never a stranger anyway. You're never a stranger. You're always answering that call. Uh, but what's your final words for today? This
Okay,
particular.
so let me just, it will be a lot. So let me just kind of condense it short, right? Now, the police headquarters.
Yes, beautiful
Yeah, the
building.
police headquarters. Now, Junior, that building will be, it's almost complete. We are looking at moving the police from the Fort George to that building this month. We want to do that. And once we do that, then we can move forward with Fort George in a faster manner, because that is holding up Fort George a little bit, right?
Right.
Number one. Now, not just the headquarters, but the license center in Dusty Highway. We are working on that also. That building for years has been neglected. It had all kind of garbage inside it, all kind of garbage, all kind
Mhm.
of old parts, just name it. Since then, we have cleaned it out, and we are doing some refurbishment to that building. And the idea is that we can have some alternative revenue offices in the south of the island, so you don't have to go in St. George's all the time
Mhm.
to access certain things. And and we want to do a nice plan for that will benefit the people in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other
That's a beautiful
work,
picture there of the new Royal Grenada Police Force police
right.
headquarters. Beautiful. I passed it today. It's really nice.
Mhm. In addition, we will be moving the Grenville police station, right? We'll be doing some work on that also. So we'll
Uh-huh.
be addressing Grenville, also Victoria and Guelph police station. All these, Junior, will be addressed. Yeah. So you can look forward to that taking place. We are really trying our best to improve the infrastructure for the police, because if they have to work and they have to give us good results, it's important for them to feel comfortable in their working environment. So we are trying our best. The Prime Minister, the Ministry of Infrastructure, trying the best to ensure that these things happen. Right. Um, in addition, Junior, skill training.
Mhm.
Skill training. You will see us this year. We will be making some movements in terms of skill training, because we believe that education is not just academics but also skills. And we have Neuro as an example, and we don't have to reinvent the wheel. So you will see the government joining to try to create some more skill training centers throughout the island, so that our young people or people in general can be better skilled in different areas. Housing. We are trying our best with Project 500 to get it on stream, and also build back better. Carriacou is moving. Uh, as we speak, we have some prefab houses coming to Carriacou, because we want to try different models to see, what can work best. Because the challenge we have now is getting the labor to work and to build back as fast as possible. So if we can employ different methods to get housing, like when you have the prefab, you get it, you build your foundation, and just put it on, and you open it up, and you have your house already. So if we
Mhm.
can do that, it means that we can help build back faster. So we have different methods, the build back and the prefab and so, and then we will see what better suits Carriacou and Martinique and Grenada, and then we'll move forward in a speedily manner. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's two.
Hold on,
Also,
babe. Not to cut you. Don't forget your trend of thought there. But I just wanted to say, as you mentioned, Carriacou and Petit Martinique, we are carried being carried live right now on Vibe FM 101.3 and 106.3 FM in Carriacou. Thank you so much, Kem and Kim the King, for carrying this program. They just said that they wanted this to go far and wide. So, Minister, say hi to the folks in Carriacou. They're listening, they're watching, they're paying
Good
attention.
night. Good night to Carriacou, the best place on earth. Grenada, don't feel jealous. Don't feel jealous. Carriacou is just a lovely place. I love Carriacou to the max. Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
big up Tevin Andrews, Minister Tevin Andrews, for the wonderful job that he's doing. Listen, sometimes, Junior, I tell you, sometimes, you really know your strength until your back is against the wall. And last July, we were in New York, and we wanted to do a presentation to the people of New York. And we were supposed to have this big meeting in New York. And then Beirut hit. And before we could open our eyes, Tevin was back in Carriacou already.
Yeah.
Right? He left us in New York and went back to Carriacou. That's how much he loved Carriacou. And then, building back Carriacou is never an easy task based on the devastation that you had there. And in Grenada, we have other ministers to really lean on in Grenada. But in Carriacou, Tevin only has himself in Carriacou to really lean on. And he has been working very hard. I can tell you that. And Carriacou is close to his heart. So when I see him starting back with the infrastructure, with the housing and so, it's not an easy task, Junior. It may not happen as fast as you want it to. When you're dealing with people, you will have all kind of people. Some will be encouraging you, some will be discouraging you, some will find you moving too slow, name it. But throughout all, I just want to commend Tevin for the wonderful work that he's doing. He's really trying his best to build back Carriacou in a more resilient manner, and I applaud him for that. My good colleague, big up yourself. The people of Carriacou and Martinique, big up yourself too. And what we are doing, what Tevin is doing, he's working on to come up with a plan so that we can get more labor in Carriacou to move things a little faster, yeah? So in the coming months, you can see some more movements taking place in Carriacou and PD Martinique, and to make it even better than it is now. So big up. With regards to the Build Back Better,
Speaking about Carriacou and PT Martinique, I don't want to. I can't have you move on before I mention that Kayak Mass. I'm trying to get that flyer to put up there. Kayak Mass 2025 is in full effect. I'm trying to get. Oh, there we go with the flyer. I gotta speak about this. Kayak Mass 2025 in full effect. The spirit of mass outlive the storm, and that's February 26th to March 4th. We're going to be there in Carriacou. Big up to the people in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, and we're inviting everyone from around the world to come down to Carriacou. Kayak Mass 2025 in full effect. The spirit of the mass outlive the storm. February 26th to March 4th. We're going to be there. Ridealong live, amazing colors, ride tuk-tuk, e-bikes, bike on the water. Everything is going to be in Carriacou. So sorry, Mr. Minister, go ahead and talk about the Build Back Better.
Yes. That's cool. So in the Build Back Better, Junior, what we are seeing is that the Build Back Better is really for people who got damaged by Hurricane Beryl. But everywhere you go, people are always saying, Andy or the ministry, we want to buy a house. How can we buy one? Yeah. So what we have done, we have made some improvements to the original Build Back Better model, where the original model, you have the concrete frame and then you have the board around it. But what we have done, we have done a model that is just purely concrete, with a roof, with a concrete roof also. Yeah. So we kind of went a step upwards to really build resilience and everything else. It will be a more upscale one with tiles. Everything will be more upscale, but still maintain the cost effectiveness. Yeah, I will post a picture tonight after I finish the program as to what I'm speaking about, as to what the model will look like. But we are working on that, and that we will be making it available for people who want to really build in a cost-effective manner, so that you don't have a big mortgage to be burdened by this thing your whole life. But if we can give you a model house that is cost-effective and the same beauty, same even stronger, built stronger or more resilient than the normal houses, I think it's a win-win for everyone, even the government also. Nice. So That I'll be sending us something shortly, so you can see exactly what we're looking at and where we want to go. And it's all about building our people. And let me just say this to Grenadians and everyone who's on the live, that we really have to applaud our Prime Minister and the administration, because in Ivan time, I can tell you that promises were made to the people to build back and to give houses, and not much was done, not much was given. Yeah, in Carriacou right now, Tevin is on approaching 30 houses built. We already have junior in construction fees, about over 60 houses in construction fees. We have over 200 contracts that are already signed by builders. In order for it to make sense, we give each builder more than one to do, so that they can save on farm work and so going forward, and they can make more profit. Basically, yeah. So, but we have been providing employment for painters, for carpenters, for plumbers, name it. Next week, we plan to hand over some Build Back Better houses in Roseville. So we will be doing a nice presentation up there. Might hand over about 6 houses. And every week going forward, we will be handing over houses in different communities when it comes to Build Back Better. So you can look forward to that. So we are really trying our best to help our people. There's a saying that NDC is not a party for the, let me just rephrase it. NDC is only a party for the big boys. That's false. You can see by our actions, we are paying attention to our people, Junior. It doesn't matter the income bracket, we are trying to help. And even by doing this Build Back Better project, that someone can come and buy. Imagine a young man just get a job, making $1,500-$1,600 a month. If we could build a house where he can pay $600 in mortgage per month, it's better than renting, number one. Number two, by getting a mortgage that he can afford, he is not investing in his future. Yeah. And number three, at the end of the day, when he finish, that's his. Yeah. And it's better than him having to go and build a same house or buy a same house for $200,000, and yes, he has a mortgage up to his throat for the rest of his life. So we are trying to really make it easier and better for our people, and that's what it is about. Yeah. Last thing I want to touch on, Junior, is the pension issue. I've seen people talking up and down about this pension issue. What we did is that, first of all, as an administration, we have a responsibility to ensure that we institute programs that is sustainable for the country. It doesn't make no sense we trying to do something and it is not sustainable. What will happen is that it will backfire on us. Yeah. So what we did, the contributory pension program or scheme that we just implemented, what this will do is that it will really help the workers, Junior, that was really impacted in terms of not going home with a pension, right? The unestablished workers, they know, Junior, because of this new pension program that we have, will be able to go home with a pension. Now, let me explain this. With the old pension or the 1958 pension, if you work 8, 9, 10 years in government and you want to, let's say you get a better job offer somewhere else. So let us say you're working for $3,000 a month, and now you get a better job offer to make $5,000 a month, and you work 8 years in government and you want to move. If you move, you'll be losing all your pension. Right? All your country, you lose everything. You don't get nothing when you move. But with this new plan, if after 8 years, after 5 years, and you want to move to the next job, let's say because you're getting more money or something, then you get it to really go home with the amount that you have contributed thus far, right? Whatever is in the scheme, you get to go home with it. So you don't have to wait until you reach you work for 20 years or 26 years in order to get your pension. With this new program, at the end of 5 years, you can get whatever it is that is due to you. Yeah. And so this program is really more flexible, and it ensures that people are not retiring and going home without a pension at the end of the day. What happens is that when we don't address the issue, and we let that flourish, it brings a burden now on your social programs where people are retiring without or into poverty, and it come back to the government not to try and help them, to make it. So with this plan, you have to, is a contributory plan where the government contribute and you contribute. And
Yeah.
tell me, well, sometimes I hear the opposition making all this kind of noise and so right, and I'm saying, what are you making noise about? You know, you were there for too much years. People were retiring with nothing. You didn't do nothing. No, we're trying to do something. You're trying to fight it and trying to fool the people at the end of the day. Yeah. So we want when people retire, they can retire with something, not retire in the poverty, having to go back now and rely on seed and all of these other programs that we have to put in place. And this is what we want to do. So the idea is to help the people, the unestablished workers, and know that Junior, that we are putting a sustainable plan in place. No, we can move forward to the next step of regularizing everybody coming back to one public service. Yeah.
Right.
So let me just say this to people. Last thing,
Uh-huh.
I've seen the unions and some people making noise about this, and I'm saying to you, if we were an irresponsible government, we could have said, let's put everyone on a 1958 plan. That means that number one, it's not sustainable for the government to be paying everyone pension at the end of the day. When that was introduced in 1958, you had about maybe 100 workers, 200 workers. Now we have total maybe close to 10,000 workers, 8 to 10,000 workers. It is not sustainable. What will happen is that we could go ahead and do it, Junior, and it will come a point where we have to pay pension for everybody, plus pay our workers. And if it happens that the government want to be in a position where things are bad and they have to make a choice, who they will pay? They will pay the workers and hold back the pensioners because the workers are working now and they want them to continue working. So I'm saying, folks, what we are doing is that we are doing the responsible thing. We are implementing our pension scheme, but also ensuring that it is sustainable. And as a government, that is our duty to ensure that we implement programs that is sustainable for the people throughout.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
And we haven't touched on the IMF report. We're going to post that, and we will talk more about it in the week. Have a whole conversation. I want to break that down. But Andy, Minister, you have to thank me because I did something for you that I think that made you look real good recently, right? Because I know you're from the South. I know you're from the Great South.
Right.
I just said, you know what? I wanna bring something nice to the South.
Okay.
So we just
yes. yes.
We just said, you know what, we're gonna nice up the South even nicer than it is right now, and we introduced this water bike on Granite Beach. And let me tell you something, Minister. Let me tell you something. The people of the South and all the areas absolutely love the bike on the water. So this is me looking for a thank you for bringing bike on the water to the South first.
Right.
I say, how come you bring it there? I say, let's start Granite and then we go spread out.
Right. So on the behalf of the people of the Great South, Junior, we want to say thank you very much for bringing such a lovely business to the Granite Beach. You really did your best to uplift the beach. And listen, I'm scared of water, but I will ride on this.
Yeah.
I love it.
Let me tell you, I got a better appreciation for the water sport as well. I'm telling you.
Right.
It's lovely. It's beautiful. And you know what's beautiful about it too? Another beautiful thing about it, while you're riding, right, and you're looking, you see in the water, it is so crystal clear. You see there are some little reefs. You see the little fishes. It's just amazing on the water.
Lovely.
Big up to the guys, and big up to Brandon and Johnny and the guys who works there at the water sport on the Granite Beach. BBC Beach, don't worry, all you get too. Everybody get it in, but big up to South and everybody there.
So Junior, before you go, right?
Yeah.
Let me just say something. This weekend, we'll be having a big show in the Monnews pasture.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want everyone to come out this weekend. a big independent show. You have a Jamo, the whole crew.
Nice.
You have Sabina Francis. You have local bands. A nice independent show.
Nice.
So I remember last year. Oh, my battery getting dead. Last year, Prime Minister show off on Main St. David with his show. Sometime. So we're gonna have a nice independent show this weekend, this Saturday at Monuj, and I want everyone to come out and enjoy the show. It's a nice independent show.
Nice.
And also on Sunday, we are going to have a nice bonfire on Sunday on Granite Beach, where we will have different acts teaching about the history of the revolution and independence and everything. So it will be wonderful. So I'm asking everyone to come out and support. It will be in Monuj. It's going to be epic. It's going to be nice. We're going to have stage, a lovely event. Yes. So once you're in Grenada, please come out in Monuj on Saturday and on Sunday on Granite Beach with the bonfire. We are not going to have a boring independence because we are going to make it exciting.
It's going to be vibe. It's going to be vibe.
Yes. And Junior, hats off once again. Hats off once again. And let me just tell you, Junior. Let me just tell you. I admire your driver because you do the program. And my father used to always tell me, Andy, do not depend on one stream of income.
Right.
Yeah. So he was a police, but he had a shop also. And at a young age, I used to be selling in the shop. Yeah. So what you are doing, although you have Ridealong and you have your thing going up in the States and everything, but you're still, adding to your investments in Grenada and not just anywhere else, but in Grenada. And really and truly, we applaud that. Yeah. Absolutely. Continue investing in the South, but I don't want anyone to say that you're in favor of the South. So you have to go out too.
Everywhere.
Right? The other parishes.
Everywhere.
And do some investments also. So you and anyone else. Yeah.
Well, the talk goes everywhere. The talk goes everywhere too. But you mentioned about the the initiative, and Ridealong is this is one idea. This Ridealong, the platform. So we have virtual riders and we have actual physical riders. So it's just one idea. We have it's Ridealong. It's all Ridealong.
Lovely.
Before we go, last, I promise you that's the last one. That person just called and I just answered the call. So let me just hear what they got to say. Caller.
No problem. Of course.
Caller. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, caller. You are a final caller for the night. You want to make a quick contribution?
Okay, just a quick one. Andy, Sherry, George, your mother right here.
Hey.
Just want to remind you of there is a bridge in Snell Hall Junction where I'm from, just before the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Two rivers meet on that bridge, one from the Snell Hall area and one from the Mountrich area. And there is a big hole there. My brother Randy will meet tomorrow, please God, with some of the residents there. So I would like you to take a look at that for us, please. Okay, son?
Okay, I will. Yes, Mom. I will. Junior. Before Miss George go, let me just tell you something. I want to give everyone a joke. So Miss George used to run a vendor's market in St. David's. At Hotspot. She invited me to come. Mind you, them time I was NNP, yeah? Miss George and her folks changed me to NDC. Right?
Oh.
So, I'm telling you. So I want to thank Miss George for changing me, basically. So Miss George, if you're listening, thank you very much.
Listen, thank you so much. And a few people was asking earlier about how they get on the bikes. You could scan this QR code. We just put it in the chat there, or you could call the number 473-422-1011, or you could just go down to Granite Beach. We're right there at the vendors market. Make it a beach day. Get a couple friends and just go there, and you could ride. Right? We have some very special rates, especially for the riders, and it's just a fun activity for the entire family. I'll see you on Granite Beach. Minister, thank you so much. We're going to keep in touch. All right.
Thank you also, Junior, and thank you for all the listeners. Carriacou and Independence. Thank you very much. Grenada, thank you very much. Love you.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. That was Minister Andy Williams speaking there exclusively and extensively here on Ridealong Live, or anyone that filed to come up yet. Yeah, on all the things that he's doing for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And the minister is right now in New York. He represented for the, and I'm happy that he was there because, you know, New York and the diaspora, we're not just barrel senders, right? We're not just there to send barrel and send remittances. So I'm happy that he's in New York paying tribute to the people, to the folks in the diaspora. Big up yourself, Minister MP Andy Williams. And he's going to be back tomorrow, back on the Spice Isle soil. All right. Again, guys, so if you're asking about how you could book for the bikes, for the water bikes, you could call 473-422-1011. That's 473-422-1011. And that's for any one of our services, right? I know it's Independence and people are also looking to get around. We urge you guys, don't drink and drive. Don't drink and drive. So if you're going out, you're going to be hanging out and you know you're going to be drinking, get a tuk-tuk, rent a tuk-tuk and let it take you out for the whole night. They'll hang out with you, they take you to your bars and you just have a fun time. So if you want to get on a tuk-tuk for the Independence season, any one of the tuk-tuks, you know, you get anyone, holds up to 4 passengers. So you get a few friends. I'll call 473-422-1011. That's 473-422-1011. So from the e-bike, we have to say about the e-bike too, because we have a ride for Independence, an Independence ride. So guys, there's so many things to do. Ride is in everything like salt. When we talk about ride, we mean ride. So we got the e-bikes, of course, we got the water bike, and we now have the tuk-tuks and giving you all the excursion. And you feel free to take a vacation in your own country. Don't only allow the tourists to come and have all the fun. Book a ride with Ride. Yeah, book a ride with Ride. Why? Why you want to book a ride with Ride? Why you want to book a ride with Ride? Listen why.
Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride is sheer delight.
Also, guys, if you're getting married, this is a nice one. If you're getting married and you want to say I do in style, you want to have a whole fleet. You have a ride exclusively for the bride, one for the groom, one for the bride's mother, and just a nice ride. You could now get a tuk-tuk for your bridal party. Call for more information. That's 473-422-1011. That's 473-422-1011. Book a tuk-tuk for your wedding. Boy. Yeah, right along live, guys. We'll be right back. Don't move.
Looking for the ultimate island experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up. Several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Yeah. Riders, let me tell you something. If you have a business, right? If you have a business, and this is specifically for people who have a business, right? It could be a small business, it could be a home business, it could be a big business. Stop keeping your business a secret, right? Stop keeping your business a secret. Like, I don't want nobody to know that I have a business. I don't want nobody to know. I want to keep this a secret. Why? When you advertise on Ride Along Live, we give you the world. So if you want to send your business viral, like you want the world to know about your business, you want more customers, because your phone is not ringing. You want your phone to ring? Do you want your phone to ring? Well, if you want your phone to ring, advertise on Ride Along Live. We'll hook you up with one of the best promotional advertising package. And all these bigger businesses, these big enterprises, you have tourism board, you have Beacon Insurance, you have whiskey shippers, you have all these big enterprises, Flow and Digicel and all these big enterprises. They're benefiting from a ride-along advertising. But you could do the same. All you got to do is give us a call, 718-701-5720. And just like that, boom, you're now fully established. But you can't, you see, all platforms are not the same. So I don't think you could do that with any platform. You could just call a platform and just say, okay, you want to advertise and expect that your phone is going to ring. Ride Along Live knows how to make your phone ring. So what are you waiting for? Give us a call. Don't stick. Call tonight and say you want to go viral. Just say, I want to go viral. That's all. Say no more. We got you.
Are you looking to take your business or event to the next level? Advertise on Ride Along Live and reach over 10 million viewers worldwide every month. With a global audience tuning in for the latest news, entertainment, and culture, your message will get the exposure it deserves. Don't miss the opportunity to showcase your brand to a diverse and engaged audience. Ride Along Live, where the world watches and your business grows.
Contact us today to get started on an advertising package that you would absolutely love. Love. So guys, support all the businesses that support us here on Ride Along Live. Keep the lights on. Keep us coming back here every day. And again, please support your ride. Ride is your ride. So if you're looking for a tuk-tuk, you're looking for an e-bike, you're looking for a fun and exciting day at the beach, give Ride a call, write the number down and stick it on your fridge. And we're actually coming up with even an easier way for you guys to book any one of our services. We have it all in one place. So that's coming out very, very, very soon. You look for us in your app store. Very convenient way. We'll tell you more about that. That's coming soon. So, guys, if you never took a ride with us, or some people say, I don't want to ride on the e-bike because I go fall on the road, I go bruise up myself. You don't want that? Okay, well then fine. We took that fear away from you and we give you a tricycle on the water. If you fall, you ain't bruising up yourself. And you're not going to fall because it's not that type of vehicle. You're just gliding on the water. All right? Safety check, insured, proper. We got everything in place. And we just want you to come and have a good time. Take your family out to the beach. We want to see you there. Okay. Good night, riders. Also, guys, we are hiring. If you have an A-class license, and you want to become a driver, most full-time drivers of Ride make an upwards of about $2,000 per month. Yes. So if you want to take advantage of this, what you need to do right now is give us an email. Don't call. Email, please. Email info@ride.gd. That's info@ride.gd and become a driver for Ride. But you must have an A-class license. An A-class license is a A-class license is a bike license, right? You must have an A-class license. So don't call and say you want to be a tuk-tuk driver and you don't have an A-class license. You need an A-class license. It is mandatory. All right? It is mandatory. All All right, so if you have an A-class license and you're in Grenada and you want to drive for a ride, this is what you do.
Together we plant the seed. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song.
Yeah, call along. Good night, everyone. Hope you guys have a great night and see you again tomorrow. Ride Along Alive. We love you. We trust you. We trust you. Have a good night, guys. On behalf of all of our production team here at Ride Along Live, our senior executive producer, Lois JJ in NYC. Hey, big up to folks at the beach, Brandon and Johnny. Hey, also the folks inside of the Esplanade Mall, Kendra, and the folks at the Esplanade Mall. Thank you so much. We are a growing family. Embrace all. Peace out. Catch you tomorrow. Good night.
Looking for the ultimate island experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Amazing host leading the ride. Power to the people, we shine. Giving fans what they need. Caribbean spirit, let's succeed. Every show with a good deed. Together we plant the seed. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong.